He's like a pathological liar. Pathologic. How do you say it?
He's a liar.
There you go. All right. Thank you so much for being here. This is another episode of Another Day in Paradise.
Hey,
Laid up.
everyone.
Thank you. There you go.
Hey, everyone. It's been a while. It's been a while.
It's been a while.
There was a hint of nostalgia when I was hearing the little jingle.
Definitely.
Yeah.
We to be completely honest and truthful, which is the theme of today. We have not been doing podcasts in a long time, and to be honest,
he owed me money.
exactly. we got into an argument about money and girls, but we didn't really feel that we were disappearing for that long. Actually, it went by really fast.
Yeah. This whole year went like super fast.
Super fast. So today we decided to talk about the truth, nothing but the truth. Right? This might be a good thumbnail.
Sure is.
You know, when you start thinking about everything, this might be a good thumbnail.
Yeah,
Let's do it again.
I was like, you would hit the wrong angle right now. It would be very bad.
Is the angle okay? No, but the truth. There are some cool movies about the guy who couldn't lie ever. Like there is, I think Ricky Gervais made one.
Yeah.
And I
World
think
with No
Liar
Bodies.
Liar or something like that also
with
before that.
Jim Carrey. Yeah.
It's clearly impossible to say the truth all the times.
Yes.
But I feel like in important moments, it is trivial to say the truth.
Yes.
For example, for people you love, if you want real help,
It's fundamental. Like
you have to give the truth.
Of course. Or else you feed the delusion.
Yeah, and you cannot base your conversation on solid ground, which makes it useless.
Of course.
So, do you think that lies could be acceptable sometimes?
I think so.
Let me give you an example.
Realistically, I think in some situations it's easier than a stupid explanation.
How about being quiet and saying, I'd rather not talk about this right now?
But quiet is I think there's levels, right? When it's very superficial, a white lie is better than an explanation or silence. Like for instance, if I was supposed to go out to come to the podcast, I'm a few minutes late, but it's because my dog did something, and then I had to clean it up or whatever, and have have like 10 minutes of explanation. I would rather tell you, I'm on the road when I'm still in my house, because I'm about to come out. That's the type of white lie that makes things easier, because silence would be like keeping you guessing, right? So it kind of gives you a hint, but it's very superficial. I'm not betraying you in any way. I'm not hurting you in any way. It's just that it's it's easier.
It is easier, but is it better?
I think so. In very superficial situations.
Yeah, I mean it's easier, but for whom?
For everyone.
Let me give you another example. You're with your girlfriend, with your wife, or whatever, and she says the question, right? Does this dress makes me look fat? Does it make me look fat?
Yes.
Yes, what?
No.
You're talking to me? Is it?
It's for you superficial. For the girl, not so much, because then you don't get in trouble normally. Silence
doesn't work in this case.
Is a very
does not work. You cannot play the card.
It's a very negative answer. So you would say the best thing is if you have a very nice looking girl that's looking great in that dress, you don't need to lie, right?
And she wouldn't need to ask.
Yeah.
I would argue, but hey.
True. But in that case, you need to kind of like decipher what she means by that question and answer what she means by the question, not the actual question.
Yeah, you're beating around the bush, man.
No.
Just say it. If she, like, okay, usually, let's be honest,
Yeah.
it shows a lack of confidence,
Yes.
which is normal. We all
Yes.
have that.
Yes.
So
Yes.
you have to act your ass off.
Yes. And in that case, I would argue that that lie is necessary.
You would be like, you're a good actor. Yeah, baby, sure.
That dress is nice, but maybe you can deflect. Maybe the other dress you bought the other day might be better, even better. You know, like kind of like.
You
deflect.
know, it's interesting because I have been asked this question, as I'm sure a lot of people and pretty much everybody. Usually, I go for no lies because the person usually who asks you
Yeah.
trusts you and knows you really well. So
Yes.
if you deflect, they will say, yeah, that was not what I was asking you. Does this dress make me look good? I would say,
But
you know.
but that's if it's bad, right? Like if it's bad, like I said, you can deflect. I like it, but I prefer the other one. You know?
Ooh, that's a good one.
Ah?
That's a good one.
Zhejiang.
That's a good
You know,
It's-
it's jiu-jitsu.
I would argue that, yeah, that's definitely a good answer.
Because you
Usually-
won't tell her, like, you look like a sausage coat change.
Yeah, or
know?
you could just say, the problem is not the dress.
Okay.
Because usually the problem is not the dress. And honesty, in the long run, if she takes it well, or if he takes it well, sometimes the
Yeah.
man would say, hey, do you think this shirt is too tight, right? No, honey, you look
But
good.
I think
This
it's
is not helping.
I think it's very important to also separate men and women in this case because, like, if a friend of mine comes and tells me, "Hey, how does this
Is this jacket
shirt,
too tight, for example?
make me look?" First of all, it's the first thing I would want is to like take a shot at him, like some kind of mean thing, right? And the truth is like in that case you would be like like brutally honest.
But I think even behind jokes, you are implementing a little bit of truth. For example, me, I would say something like, oh, that's great. Do they make the same for adults or something like that? And then that's my way of saying, dude, it's clearly too small. You don't need to ask me.
Yeah.
But for a woman,
You wouldn't
it
do
is
that.
true that it would depend, but usually it's something that is important. So usually they ask you because the looks are usually more important for women than it is for men, but men are more interested in the
Well,
looks. But
nowadays it's starting to
of course,
level, huh?
it starts to switch a little bit, but usually the truth in this case would be the utmost proof of respect because I want to give you the truth because I'm very secure about our relationship and I'm not worried that I would hurt you, etc., etc. And I'm giving you the truth because this is what will help you improve. So if you gained a few pounds, I would just say, hey,
Well,
yeah,
it depends on what's the social contract between you guys. Like, what's the basis of the relationship? When you have a good relationship, whether it's with your partner or your friends or whatever, and like those values are fundamental, because when you're solid enough to know that the intention is always pure, that you always have the best interest at heart and whatever, you don't become so sensitive to the information. Like, does this dress make me look good? No, not really. And it's fine.
yeah.
But
depends on who you're talking
how
to.
many people around you can you have that type of relationship? It's very, very
Not
few.
too many, but
And-
also how many people would ask you? Strangers usually don't ask strangers.
No,
"Hey,
what
how
I
do
mean
you
is
think
like
this looks?"
within that stuff. I don't know a lot of people that have with their partners that relationship where they're like
Openness,
that
etc.
honest. Like me, in I have friends, close friends. I might maybe I have only one with who I can like not think of how I need to say things in certain situations.
But like usually, I think that being honest is a proof of deep connection, and it's only here to help you. Like usually, I don't like I don't like compliments, but I prefer to ask people who would tell me the truth, but of course use a little bit of tact. Be tactful. Don't be like, oh, you look like shit.
Course.
Like, yeah, just say, you know what? I think you've gained a little bit, and this is a little bit too tight. And you know what's interesting is that ChatGPT.
Yeah,
I hate how it gives like compliments all the time. And I'm like, dude, I don't need compliments. So he says, oh, that's a great idea. And then he explains how my idea was.
Absolutely right.
That's a great idea. And then he develops how your idea was shit. And I'm like, Joe, that was not a good idea. Just say it's not a good idea, because I need an honest feedback. So I will.
But you need to be like you, when you speak about yourself, you, like you said, you need an honest feedback. Most people aren't equipped to deal with that.
That's true. But you will be the source of honest feedback, and they would hate it and then come back for more, and then hate it and then come back for more, and then they would come back for more all the time. That's what happens in my family, actually.
I would say that there has been a social shift in the recent years where we accept more of that, of the nonsense. Before, me, I've always been known within my friends group and stuff to give the honest truth quite easily.
Yeah.
And before, it was, like you said, some people struggled with it a bit and stuff, and then came back. Now now it's dangerous to say the truth. Like I feel that socially you're validated in a lot of your illusions.
You know, I prefer when people don't sugarcoat it, and I get vexed too, of course, because sometimes the approach is not good, it's not tactful.
You know the saying, the truth will set you free, right? And
it does.
At least, whatever the consequence, whatever there's no what ifs. You know, it's the truth.
It is the truth, but sometimes you have to. So, you know, in Morocco, we are the opposite.
Yes. Culturally, we like to sugarcoat.
Yeah, sugarcoats, and the person has to read between the lines, and it's not. We will never tell you.
And there's a lot of people that take offense on very basic stuff, like, oh, he invited this guy to his wedding and the other one didn't. You don't even know the guy. Yeah, but it's the principal. You know, we have a lot of that here.
That's true, and like that's why I would much prefer. You know, there is a saying in Arabic. They say I prefer to have somebody who is frank than a liar. Mm-hmm. So I prefer the hard truth, even if it would hurt me, than somebody who would lie to me, and then I would realize, oh, actually, he was just being a hypocrite. He was just saying, or he was just like behind my back. He didn't really like me. Like, at least be straightforward. It helps people move on. You can drink up a little bit. Just don't put it on the table.
It's fine.
So don't choke on life. What about, like, you know, the white lies, like you're late, you don't want to hurt somebody, you don't want to offend him, you would just say, oh yeah, I don't know, I was just I had a problem with that or with this, but secretly you were just doing something else. Mm-hmm. I think white lies are okay because the intentions are not to hurt the person and the consequences are not that big.
Yes.
But when you lie about certain things, I think it's very important to don't lie to people you love,
because it breaks trust.
It breaks the trust, and then
you can't recover from that.
I know a person really, really well who lies so much. You know, it's like the boy who cries wolf. Mm-hmm. Now I don't trust him anymore, and sometimes I'm like, he might be saying the truth.
Yeah,
but I have so many bad experiences. I cannot do that.
And that's the thing in all levels, whether it's important information or not important information, people discard what you say when you're not saying the truth. Like
I have a friend who I really love. and if you see this video, I do, but he's like a pathological liar. Pathologic. How do you say it?
He's a liar.
There you go. He's a motherfucking liar. So this guy is a liar. And back in high school, he used to lie so many times, so often, that people were making fun of him. They were like provoking him. Oh, tell us about this, about that. The lies, they were like black belt level, like top shelf. Like he used to say, when we were young, and I'm not going to add this to the edit, so just imagine it or Google it. There was a cartoon called Goldorak or Grandizer. It's a Japanese cartoon back when we were young. And it was huge when we were kids.
Yeah.
He said that, you ready for this?
His uncle is Goldorak? That would be funny.
No. Goldorak gave him a ride to school. It's like... And we were
wait.
We were like
What
12
age?
or 8 or like between 8, 9, 10, you know, like 10 years old. Or maybe 12, more like 12 years old.
That's crazy.
And we're like, dude, like the guys were like, dude, like,
gave you a ride.
why? Like, we didn't see him. Really? Oh, really? They were mocking him. And he's like, yeah, well, I stick to it. Of course, yeah, but because we came way early. Couldn't you see me? Like, I was here way before everybody else He came here, blah, blah, blah. And we're like, dude. And honestly, he kept lying. And when he grew up a little bit, we were like more like 14, 15, like teenagers. Girls. He apparently slept with all the cultures, all the different ethnicities, etc., etc. And people were making fun of him, and the ninja are chasing him, and the mafia is chasing him. Oh, you guys didn't see that, etc. But here is the kicker. I was close to him, and I still am. He's a good friend of mine, and he wouldn't lie to me. But I mean, he would not lie to me like that. Probably he would like round the corners, but. And when he starts, I'm like, dude, like, it's me, relax. I said, no, but you guys never believe me anyways. I'm like, dude, stop it. Stop this shit. And if you know him a little bit better, you realize that in his family, he is, his father is actually very authoritarian. His brother is living the life, because he lives in Switzerland, etc. So he takes the role of his brother, he embellishes it, and he lives, my brother who lives in Switzerland, so now he becomes, I live in Switzerland, I went to Switzerland, and I did this, and I did that. It's out of frustration. So it made me feel very sad for him.
Of course.
And he did not stop lying. I talked to him recently. He doesn't live in Morocco, but he lives in France, and I feel like he matured. He grew out of it, but I felt more sad, and I didn't feel happy that people were like taking advantage of it and making him spill his lies, etc., etc. So I felt more sad than anything.
Well, kids are that way. Kids are like. I always say, I have a niece that's like 6 years old or 8 years old. I don't count.
Yeah, sure. Why not?
But I always say, kids, with all the love I have for them, are the worst version of a human being. Right? They're selfish. They would like to calculate things. If I'll do this, if you give me this, if an adult was acting like a child, he'll be a horrible adult, right?
Of course.
And so when you come in those environments as a kid, like, there's no mercy. Like, but to some extent, that's what builds character as well. Yeah.
You lie, you make
especially
everything...
the hard, because there's like the positive truth that's easy.
Yeah.
But like the harsh reality, like the reality check in relationships, and like seeing a brother, a spouse, a friend, whatever, going down a dangerous path, or having in a situation, like even with a stranger, telling them like you were in the wrong, stuff like that. Those are hard but necessary conversations to have.
For sure.
And that's, to me, I would say, if there's anything that that mirrors love is truth.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. But again, I saw a podcast. I think it was Bill Burr. Sorry, he was receiving phone calls and reading emails, etc., and he was answering them. And one guy, and he was with his wife actually answering this email.
Okay.
And somebody said, "Oh, I slept with my whatever my wife's best friend or sister or something, etc., etc., and then I could not resist. And one day I just told her, and it ruined everything. Years after, I told everybody, and it ruined everything.
Yeah.
The advice that Bill Burr and his wife gave was like, yeah, you shouldn't have told her. This is like a secret you should have went to like the grave with, and you should have never said it, because there is nothing good that could come out of this. To be honest, I'm not really 100% sure what advice I would give. But to be really honest, only shit can come out of this. Like, the truth will set you free. Yeah, sure. But it will like ruin everybody else's life.
This is a very, 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 very delicate situation.
I'll give you 2 minutes to think about it then.
Because I don't have the same answer if I'm on the receiving end or if I'm the one perpetuating it.
Oh, so if you're the wife or if you're the husband?
Well, a wife can cheat as well.
No,
But
in
if
this,
I'm
in
the
this
cheater
specific
or
case,
if I'm being cheated on.
Would you rather know everything, or everybody, you would respect that everybody has their private
I think
garden?
that if you're the cheater, right? It's hard because
It is
like
a tough one.
I would say one, like let's say you have a husband and a wife. The husband goes on a vacation to fucking Croatia.
Sure, why not?
He gets drunk, hooks up with this random chick.
Oh, see, you already started to deflect. He got drunk.
No, whatever.
No, he
Listen,
hooked up with
no,
a girl.
It doesn't change anything.
Okay.
Right? And he comes back. No ties with that girl whatsoever.
Here
all
you
that
go
stuff.
again.
No, wait.
Okay.
I'm telling you, I have two different
Scenarios. Okay.
Two different views depending on. I would say, as the spouse, like, I would rather him living with his guilt and let us live our life.
Because that relationship was meaningless.
It was meaningless, but you're a dumbass, and that's your punishment. You should feel guilty.
And as the husband who cheated,
as the husband who's cheated, I would say that it's unfair to continue being in a relationship where there's that.
you slipped. If you slipped, you slipped. But
I don't know, because some truth.
To be really honest,
You shouldn't done
like,
it in the first
you
place.
should
That's
not have
the
done
reality.
it. But I know this is a very controversial take. And I have never done it.
Yeah.
But I believe that you can cheat and still love your partner. I believe it could be an accident. Not an accident.
Yeah.
Like you did it. There is nothing that can justify it. Drugs, alcohol, whatever. I was in a good mood and this happened. You made a mistake. Doesn't matter what drugs you were on and what kind of alcohol you were on. You made it. But you can still love
100%.
your wife. Now, should she excuse you? Should you still be with her? That's another problem. To be honest, I know it's very hypocritical. But I would never forget a cheater. Never.
No, because
I understand it's an accident, but you have to understand that it's over.
yes, 100%, because it's very hard to recover that trust,
Yeah. For me, it's impossible.
right? And for both parties, not just the one.
Absolutely. If I ever did it, I would feel the punishment that I would inflict to myself would be much greater than anybody could do to me.
So I would say that overall, in a very La La Landish view, I would say there should never be a secret, or we should live in absolute truth.
But because we live in reality,
But like, if you take this situation, for instance, the reality would be. Actually, no. Once again, the truth will set you free.
The truth will set you free. I think the guy, you know,
even if okay, it was meaningless or whatever, you're still with someone that was capable of doing that.
You know why?
And then it's like, are you okay with that or not?
You know why I agree with what
Nia away from me, please.
It's the devil. Cashews. No, I'm just kidding. Peanuts. Cashews.
But damn good peanuts, bro. Not gonna lie. Okay.
Listen, Nina.
Oh?
What her name was Nina or Nia? I'm sorry, Bill.
Oh.
If you're watching, Bill Burr's wife.
Okay.
I really liked her I would say her answer to this. She said, F you to the guy, because you're trying to sound like I did it because, you know, I respect her so much, I gave her the truth.
No.
But technically you did it for yourself.
100%.
You wanted to free yourself,
Yes.
not free her.
Yeah.
So that's a dick move. And you are ruining, and I remember this correctly, that was her sister. It's very hard to break ties with your sister. You are literally destroying your wife's family, because now there will be like groups, clans, etc.
No, but in
etc.
this particular case, that's the devil's work, bro. The sister.
Fuck, man. Yeah, no, definitely. This is
Man, sometimes I see stories where like they cheat on their wife with the twin sister. And you're like, it's the exact same one.
It's the-
Dumbasses.
honestly, I didn't think about that. It's the same.
It's the same fucking one. You have the same one at home.
I feel like it's a little bit disrespectful because they're not exactly the same, actually.
Yeah, but
This is a little dismissive,
I
but
don't-
yeah, pretty much it's
but-
the same one.
but to be was that a bit too
It
direct?
was a little too harsh, but yeah.
I
Sure.
apologize,
You
but
could
I said I was gonna say the truth, but it was the truth.
But yeah, I think to go over this very quickly, this idea is that sometimes the truth sets you free, but
Yes.
puts other people in hell. So I understand,
But
if
I
you
would
keep it for
say
yourself.
is the walk to freedom hell?
Ooh, that's shit. But yeah, we'll keep it. I don't
Is
know.
it though?
I don't know, man.
Isn't that true freedom?
It is true freedom, and if it's easy, I don't know if truth should be easy or not, to be honest, because it becomes easy if you get used to it, and like I said, people get used to you saying the truth, so it's hard in the beginning, but then people would come to you for honest feedback, not sugar-coated.
Depends.
I think so. I think
You need to be able to take honest feedback, and I would argue that today most people aren't.
What I say is, if you are, that's why sometimes people, they tell me, listen, I asked, you would not believe what this X and Y and Z told me. You would not believe what. Oh yeah, what did you tell her? Or what did you tell him? Because if you ask me an honest answer, then you asked for it, then you should be able to take it.
Yes.
If you tease me, you should be able to be teased back. If you ask for the truth, then you want to listen to
Let
the
me
truth.
ask you this question.
And the next time, if they are not ready for it, they would not ask you for your feedback.
Let me ask you this question.
Sure.
That goes. That will answer your point. How many people that ask questions are actually asking questions to get an answer?
That's what I was saying. It's do you want?
No.
Sometimes when you
I'm
get
taking
vexed,
like
percentage-wise?
percentages that of people that you know, how many are doing it to get answers? How many are doing it to get validation?
That's the thing. I think there is a combination.
Can you
of
believe
both.
what she did to me? She did this. What do you think?
She wants you
And-
to be on her side.
Yeah,
Or he
well,
wants you to
try
be-
telling her I think she's absolutely right, and you're in the wrong. Try doing that.
That's true. I think it's this is more like people venting out, and they want
No, most people.
they want some ears to
like
listen.
me today. Maybe it's my life experience, but I'm fucking traumatized every time I hear a fucking question. I'm like, are you sure you want the answer? Are you looking
Yeah.
for validation, or you want the
But
real
I
answer?
think that
Yeah.
people would look for answers if they. Is the camera on?
People look for answers if they're looking to grow, or to better themselves,
but also
or to have that kind of introspection, or kind of like something that's a bit deeper than just
think
validation.
People are looking for the truth, but not 100% of the truth. They want you to sugarcoat it or ease it, but not really give them the hard truth, because the hard truth will hurt them. And sometimes they ask you for the truth, but they already know the truth. They're looking for confirmation. They're like, and when you go against them, they're like, would you believe what she told me? And or like, this is crazy, right? And you say, not really. And then deep inside, I think they know this is not crazy. Otherwise, they wouldn't ask you for your opinion. Like,
yes, but
the Earth is not flat. I'm not asking anybody if the Earth is not flat. I know it.
You know what's funny with what we're saying is that at the end of the day, truth is very much linked to the intention.
Yeah.
So in this case, if the intention is really to try to understand, am I in the wrong here, whatever, is very different than when I'm trying to get validation for my point.
That's true. The way you ask the question would be very different.
No, sometimes even the same question.
No, like if I ask for validation, I would give you the answer in the question. I would say, she's a bitch, right? Oh, yeah, right. But if I'm asking for an honest feedback, I would say, I mean, I don't know, I'm confused. What do you think?
Yeah, well, some people know how to navigate those waters. I guess.
Yeah,
but like,
I guess so.
But it's funny to come back to this, is that all truth are good if they're pushed by good intentions.
Definitely. The intention behind it is the best.
And I would argue that the opposite is bad. Truth with bad intentions
is still the truth for me.
No, but what value does it bring? Because you see a fat chick, you don't know her.
Yeah.
Never spoken to her in the street, and you go to her and you say, "Hey, you're a fat chick," and you just walk. What was the value?
All right. So here's that's a very interesting example.
It's the truth, right?
It is the truth.
Yes.
She would be offended because it is the truth.
No, I think that you need to start looking at it from the source of that truth. That truth has been put out there with no fucking reason other than her.
Of course, but it doesn't change what the truth is. Yeah, she is fat or he is fat. It doesn't matter. Yes, yes, the guy is an asshole for sure.
Okay, yeah.
As Trump would say, what's his name, Macron. For sure. Did you watch
for
it?
Sure.
For sure.
But there's a lot of truth that are bad, right? And that are linked to you but are not you. Like let's say, for instance, I don't know, a family member, one of your family members is a rapist, a pedophile.
Okay,
for instance,
all right. Let me have a peanut on that.
Or something.
Yeah, something. I would take something.
It's the truth. Meaning that what if I start throwing that? Hey, Shawad's uncle is this?
That's a little bit different because
Why?
My uncle being who he is, like and a chick or a guy being fat, the guy can lose weight. It can motivate him, but
no.
My uncle, whatever he did in the past, it can never change.
It doesn't change the fact. The fact is that you're emitting a truth just to be hurtful. There's no value.
Yes, but what I'm saying is, the truth doesn't care about your feelings. It is there.
Once again, I agree. But that's not the question. The question is, are all truth, should all truth be said?
Absolutely not. And we agree. Like if it just meant to hurt somebody, then it's not. But usually,
so just
from your close ones,
yes.
If it has good intentions.
And I see that you're having health issues or whatever, or, I'll be like, bro, let's go for a little jog.
That's true. And you know what? My family has been doing this, and I get a little bit like pinched.
Oh, man.
But
what do they do?
They're like, hey, fat ass, get off the couch.
Me, they do like my mom.
Yeah.
She does like this thing where like she's, you want something to eat? I'm like, sure. What's on the menu? She'd be like, some very lean thing.
Yeah, some vegetables or lettuce.
I was thinking of doing some bland fish with some broccoli and a few carrots.
And every day for the next 3 months, just in case.
Oh, this Ramadan? No, we're not doing those little nice stuff.
Yeah, that's true. I think they are doing kind of the same thing to me. They're like, how you gotta lose weight. My dad is like, dude, like this is too much. You gotta lose weight. You're gonna have health problems. You're gonna get irreversible health problems. And I know they're right. It's still annoying, but I know they're right.
They got to be. I'm starting the gym.
You know what?
We'll follow my body transformation.
We'll follow my body transformation because thank you for not noticing, but I started last week.
What did you start?
The project. I started actually, and we'll talk about it maybe for the next episode. But I started a 100-day project, 100-day challenge, and I train at home.
Is it that one, the one that's called
No,
100-day challenge? There's this one thing that is super hard. And basically, when you break it, you need to start back from scratch.
Here it is. That's exactly my point. This one is the first one that I try in this manner, which is you fuck up, it's fine. We start again the next day.
Stop on the
yeah, because we'll talk about it, and we'll see. The honest truth is that this is probably gonna fail, but we'll see. But I'm motivated, and I think it's a long-term challenge. That's why I hesitate to call it like the 100 days. I think it should be.
It's a new lifestyle.
The for the rest of my life. Yeah, that's a new lifestyle. Reda, thank you so much. It was a pleasure
as always.
I'll see you next week. So keep watching us. We'll be online hopefully every Tuesday. That's the promise. But hey, are we saying the truth or not? We'll see. But next Tuesday. Thank you guys. Take care.
Peace out.